Hi, I'm Will Townsend. I manage the networking, telecommunications, and security practices for More Insights and Strategy. Today, I'm joined by Samsung Networks, and we're talking about modern AI. It's in the news, generative, agentic. It has the potential to really transform mobile networks. I have the pleasure of speaking with Samsung today. We're going to talk about some of that transformation, but there are also challenges as well. And Samsung has created a solution in its CognitiV NOS solution. And we're going to jump right into the details here. So, Robbie, it's great to be talking to you today.
Same here, Will.
Same here.
Great. Well, so Robbie, let's start with you. Let's talk about some of those benefits that are tied to the adoption of modern AI.
Yeah. So I think we all know that AI breeds automation. So anytime you can improve or introduce automation into your network, it's going to have a positive impact on your bottom line. We're talking about operational expenses savings. Additionally, being able to predict infrastructure failures before they happen, that also can have a positive impact to your bottom line. Being able to dispatch field techs to go change them on your own time, or even bringing workloads from an impacted infrastructure server, for example, to a non-impacted server automatically is a huge benefit. Likewise, resource optimization. Being able to allocate power as you need, using what you need, when you need it, and where you need it. Also talk about like network reliability and performance. So being able to detect anomalies in real time and performing self-healing, all the while also looking at various KPIs to dynamically tune or optimize your network can be a big benefit as well. Then moving on to like a customer experience. You have a lot of data from your customers. Being able to use that data to do things such as offer plans, changes plans, or recommend plans that can that's tied to their needs. Additionally, churn. So you can predict churn from your customers and be able to offer, give targeted offers so that they don't jump ship. Sustainability is another one. So I talked about how resource optimization can improve your bottom line. It can also improve your carbon footprint. And also things like smart infrastructure planning, where you can, determine where you're going to invest your infrastructure, or invest in your infrastructure, and where not to invest in your infrastructure. Things like that can be realized through some machine learning and predictive models that you implement. The last thing I'll say is LLMs. So LLMs is kind of a low-hanging fruit. And the 5G network is complex and it's difficult to operate at times. So, why not give your operations personnel the ability to interact with vendor documentation or the network itself through a more natural sort of ChatGPT-like way?
No, I mean, those are all really, really compelling advantages for deploying modern AI. And you touched, Robbie, on sustainability. That's so important. There's so many folks in the industry that are very concerned around the power consumption that's tied to modern AI. I mean, that's huge. And I think, and you touched on customer experience as well. Modern AI tools, generative agentic, have the opportunity to reduce friction and drive new monetization opportunities as well. And I think finally what I'm excited about, and I've written about this on LinkedIn recently, is around AI in the radio access network and being able to be more efficient and do more with that precious spectrum that's so so pricey and represents such a huge cost. And it's exciting to see the impact of a lot of what modern AI can do, but there are a lot of challenges as well, and you began to touch on them. But I was wondering if you could go a little bit deeper on some of the other challenges, especially tied to like sort of the whole life cycle management of it.
Yeah. So for one, when you talk about, I mentioned this earlier, when you talk about a 5G network, the data is vast, right? And data is the currency for AI. So when you're having to deal with, potential silos of data across your network, being able to corral all that, correlate it, and formulate insights is a challenge. Also, in training your models, the integrity of the data that you're offering to train could present a challenge as well. And then the last thing I'll say about the data part is interacting with legacy infrastructure could be a challenge as well to pull data from that and be able to corral all that together and perform insights like I mentioned. The second big challenge is cost. So, it's difficult to measure your TCO these days and to be able to assess a good ROI as you're trying to determine, how and where to invest in AI. And then we mentioned, resources, power resources. AI introduces, a different power profile, and being able to sort of balance the investment you make in AI and the power impact it has against the benefits that we described earlier is sort of a challenge that CSPs have to navigate.
Certainly, and I really like what the team has done with CognitiV NOS. And Jeet, would love for you to spend some time because Robbie's outlined a lot of the challenges, and from my perspective, what you're doing with this platform addresses all of those key issues.
Yes, that's true. And I would like to start by explaining about CognitiV NOS or Network Operations Suite. It's Samsung's end-to-end network automation solution that is a set of diverse intelligent applications that help in boosting network performance and providing intelligent insights. This gives the operators full observability into their network, plus the ability of having insights into what can be changed or what should be changed. Apart from this, it offers end-to-end automation for lifecycle management as well, as Robbie spoke about it earlier. Right from planning and installation to operations and optimization. I would also like to say that as demand for innovative services grows, Samsung's vision for the end-to-end automation grows well beyond the traditional network systems, and it encompasses the service management systems as well. Now, this is very critical for the operators because they want to be able to deliver tailored customer experiences, while also navigating the multi-vendor, multi-domain infrastructure that we haven't talked about, a great detail. I would like to talk about some of the applications that the Samsung's CognitiV NOS offers. The very first one would be Energy Savings Manager. As Robbie and you already mentioned, right, power is one of the biggest operational expenses that an operator incurs. Energy Savings Manager is an RApp or an application that provides operators the ability to predict traffic patterns across cell sites, and then it takes automatically finds and identifies and orchestrates a set of diverse RAN-specific energy savings features. This helps the operators to reduce energy significantly. For example, this application recently achieved around 35% reduction in energy across LTE, 5G C-band, millimeter wave configurations in a US commercial deployment. Another one that I will like to talk about is RAN Speed Optimizer. This is an application that optimizes and then also recommends, RAN-specific cell configuration changes to increase throughput. This application has already achieved around 12% increase in average downlink throughput in a live 5G network. Another big one that I will talk about is Load Balancing Manager. This is an application that predicts network congestion and then automatically offloads traffic from congested carriers onto the others. This is very important for operators nowadays, especially with live events, and all the sport events, etc. Another one that I would like to talk about is KPI anomaly detector, right? This is an application that identifies anomalies based on historical performance of a cell or a cluster. Imagine what a huge, benefit for an operator this would be. The last one that I would like to touch upon is RAN Anomaly Insight. This is an application that automatically diagnoses, network issues and then provides intelligent insights for the operators. This makes troubleshooting or problem solving a lot faster and a lot easier for the operators. Apart from these applications, Samsung also provides an AI-based, chat assistant called the Samsung's CognitiV NOS Copilot, which is powered by the LLMs or large language models. This can significantly reduce the RAN management overhead for the operators, like Robbie and you already mentioned. This tool can transform raw data into intuitive, actionable insights, which further streamlines, the network operations or the decision-making processes for the operators.
What I really like about the solution is that it's end-to-end. It's addressing customer experience. Robbie touched on this as well. There's a lot of discussion around autonomous networks, and just providing a better customer experience keeps that churn very, very low from my perspective. And I think the other opportunity here is what you're doing with the suite that addresses management. And it eases management. It reduces the friction from doing that. And then I think finally, from my perspective, the power management aspects are tremendous. So you're helping CSPs and mobile network operators manage the most costly OpEx line that they have to deal with, which is their power bill. And so from my perspective, it's a win for operators and it's a win for customers. But it's a lot to get your arms wrapped around, right? So I'm wondering, as we close our discussion, would you have any final recommendations or thoughts for CSPs that are just now beginning to embark on a modern AI journey?
The evolution to AI-powered software-based networks is a very strategic inflection point for the operators at the moment. Networks are increasingly becoming data centers and platforms for continuous innovation. We at Samsung believe that the path to embarking on this modern AI journey starts by having a completely software-based end-to-end network solution, something like Samsung's vRAN. By embracing this virtualized approach, operators get the benefit of creating data center-like architecture, which in turn makes adopting new technologies much easier. I would like to conclude by saying that Samsung's network as a data center, or Samsung's vRAN, coupled with AI-powered cognitive NOS, provides the perfect tools for the customers or operators to embark on this journey and complete this transformation.
Well, Robbie, thank you. It's been a very compelling conversation. I think we've talked a lot about the advantages of modern AI, how CSPs can transform their networks, transform subscriber experiences, and how the Samsung Network's CognitiV NOS platform can help operators along the journey. So thanks again for your time. And I want to thank our viewers for tuning in.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.